Check.
Like
What?
loud voices.
Huh? That's not me. What's up, everybody? Time for track feedback on Saturday. Wake up. A special hello to
Can you hear me?
Ian Waters on the
Hear
weekend
me?
eating potatoes.
Oh, you can.
Oh my goodness, what is happening? And the echo from my thing. Gonna turn off my phone. Good morning, everybody. I think we're all in the same time zone, the same hour now. And put it on vibrate. I'm happy to hear from Ty Slackhouse. That's Levi Mudhouse, the producer, who is building some bass traps and finishing up his new house, a new studio. So we're gonna see some new photos and hear some new sounds coming from him. And I just saw OSP Oliver put up a new track 3 minutes ago. So let me just scan down Discord one more time. It's U7, got that. And everybody else. Bye. Okay, so there's SoundCloud. There's our Spectrum. How's everybody doing? Mark Troy's here, Maxime. We got Pivclit. We got Oliver. Yeah, good morning. 5 o'clock. You know, whatever. So, before we start, let me just run through. I sent an email this morning to describe what changes are happening with the Facebook group and the Discord group and the Mixotexture record label. I just realized this week how it all fits together, and I'm really excited about this. So if you're watching on the YouTube stream, if you're coming in from Facebook, or if you're in Discord or wherever you're at, there is a level for you to come into. Here's the way the system works. Level 1 is free track feedback on the Facebook group. That's where I basically teach people how to give feedback using timestamps, critical listening, sound design, song structure, mixing. I'm not going to give feedback in writing on every single track. I did that for 3 years. I'm not going to do that anymore. I might do one track a week just to show people how to do a timestamp. And that's all about coaching people to give each other feedback in the Facebook group for beginning producers who are just sharing rough mixes for the first time, or they're not sure how long or how often they want to do them. And that can be cool. And we did that every week for years, and it was really cool. So I'd like to have that community working. And that also gives me a good way to meet new students, to grow the business and bring people through the lessons to get to step 2, which is Discord. Now, nothing is changing about Discord track feedback. It's going to be exactly the same. We're going to have live streams. I'm only taking videos from the Discord people for the live videos. And these are intended for people who are doing updates every week, getting tracks ready for release, and planning to publish soon, like this month. So Discord is like level 2 after you know that you're making some tracks that are pretty good and solid. Whose birthday? Pivclit's birthday is on March 26th? Dang. Oh, Maxime, you guys are playing. You're doing a show tonight. I wish I could teleport to that gig. I would love to come dancing with y'all tonight. So the way the group's going to work, free level on Facebook, get your tracks ready. Bring in the Discord at level 2, and that's for like paying students, you know, monthly subscriptions, that kind of thing, for tracks that are going to get published. And then level 3 is the Mixotexture record label, where we publish the tracks, which are going to be VA compilations, various artist compilations, singles, EPs, albums, even, you know, mix sets and performances and stuff. It's going to be like a promo container to push out all the content that everybody in the group is making. Even if you publish on a different label, we are going to have a networking promotion crew to help support your releases so that when you get your music done, we're there to share it and be excited about it and help you because we gave you feedback during the process. So it's kind of like a victory for all of us. And that's how we can have a path from beginners through track feedback up to pro level releases, publishing, distribution, the whole thing in one continuous stream. It all makes sense. I didn't realize it until I started really thinking about what are people asking me for, where are they at in their lives, and what do they need. So I think this is going to work. And we just gotta, you know, put the pieces together and keep going with it. So that's my news for the week. This track is from Min the Universe, by the way. I just happen to have this as a last track on a DJ set I'm working on for Recuperate Radio. Let's just listen to this build up and drop because it feels good. Freaking epic track, man. Sunrise level. Little palate cleanse before we start. I'm turning on my headphones. I think it's 125. right? Good harmonic pattern is so important. Okay. And remind me that we have a remix from Canada in QuickTime and one for me, so I don't forget. But to start it off, Ben Hunt, hope you're feeling better. I saw Ben posted he's a little bit ill. And hope you're feeling better. So let's get going. Share your love with me. EQ flat, stereo wide. Here we go. First impression, good. Oh, Morton's here. Cool. I got 2 of your tracks. Oh, Pivot's. Did I forget to close Discord? No. Okay. I heard a glitch and I was like, what's a glitching? Clocks are there to give you stress. True words of a late night studio head. Nice effects on that little pitch shift sample thing. I like this slow gummy groove. Whoop, whoop. That synth is great. Whoop, whoop. It's over here. It's over here. Panning. This is a cool track, Ben. Perfect breakdown. Totally good vibe. There was a little bit of rhythmic stuff in there, a little bit of a lead up, and then the drop. Hi-hat distorting. I don't know. It's not, I'm not redlining my broadcast, so I'm not sure where the hi-hat. I didn't even hear that, actually, Oliver. Really good sound design. Digging that. I like this sound. Okay, we'll have to go and roll it back to check for distortion with the kick. 44909. Okay. Ben, one thing I'm noticing is that the synths are really dynamic, and then the effects are kind of quiet. So that makes me feel we could compress the instruments in the mid-range and get that bouncy synth action, and also hear the effects kind of up louder, which really would be like multi-band compression on the mix, or maybe group your instruments and compress it a little bit. That's like a next step after this. So far, the track is good. Yeah, it's like a steel drum transition. Da-da-da-da. Awesome. 4 minutes in, still totally interesting. Simple bassline beat, couple synths, couple effects. That's all you need. And a vocal sample. This is a good track. Yeah, I agree. Vocals could come up louder, especially that ah thing. Ah. Where was that? Right here. That 412. Wah-na. So bump up the vocals a little bit. Maybe a group compression on the instrument mix if you have the instruments in a stereo group. pitch thing is cool. That sounds like beat repeat going on a downstep pitch. Low end is in place. Good sound design. Those risers and feedback things. 453. I would cut the kick and the hi-hat, or cut kick and snare like 4 hits earlier. Right there. And then have the vocal trail out longer. And go into a super long reverb tail. Totally minor detail. Let's go back. Where was this hi-hat distortion you guys were talking about? Oh. I hear it like a scratchy reverb or something. Like that? Okay. Yeah. That hi-hat. Yeah. I hear that, like the open hi-hat, the slash kind of sound. I hear it crunching a little bit, but I'm not sure why or what else is happening. Or sometimes if there's distortion at that same exact frequency range, it can make one sound like it's crackling when it's actually a high frequency crackle and another sound right on top of it. So I don't know if that could be glue compressor with the clipper on the drum loop, and it just is going up loud enough to just crackle with that kind of analog thing or something. But if the ears hear it, it's worth looking for. Other than that, dude, Ben, I don't know what, I clap. Paul's here. What's happening? Cool. Time change. Got you. I don't have any tips. The song form, first of all, was great. I listened all the way through out to 4 minutes, and I was like, wow, I feel like it's still the intro. The sounds are amazing, really interesting, and panning around, going whoop, whoop, whoop. And those, so my main comment was that the instrument group, I guess my main comment is like a mastering comment, that the mid-range needs some compression to take the overall dynamics of the synths and bring up the noise floor, or the lower, the quieter ones, so that we can hear the effects, hear the reverbs, hear all the synths kind of like a little bit louder and like glued together without having spiky loud synths. And that's honestly not even really that big of a problem. In a live system, a live show with a big system, it would sound great. But like on a recording where you have limited headroom and you're trying to get all the sound in there where people hear it, you know, that's maybe you want to have it a little more compressed. Debate the mid-range. Morton, some kind of exciter on the hi-hat. At the end, I was thinking the drums are a little dry, yeah? That snare is like really in your face and just kind of like... So... What would you do more in like a harmonic exciter on the hi-hat, or like a flanger thing to get the hi-hats kind of like a little wave going through the hi-hats? I wonder if that was a little mixing board flanger. Really, I like how the synths are modulating and changing all around. And then, yeah, Ben, so basically make the vocal louder, a little bit of compression on the instruments, check for distortion if anything's getting hit with a limiter or a clipper or something like that. And version 2 is going to be pretty much ready to go. Make the ending 5 seconds longer. And I think you nailed it. So, is Shepard's coming in later? Maybe let's wait a little bit. Paul Robinson's here, right? PR23, so let's check that one. And we got some Mindbender, and we got some OSP, and we got some other OSP, or other Mindbender. Okay, El Bunker, here we go. So far, so good. Were we talking about making the kick drum shorter since last week? Check. Right. I like the kick drum right now. I like that bass line a lot too. Yeah, I think the kick drum right now fits the style. When I first pressed play, I was like, yep, feels good. Yeah, it seems like the kick is working with the bass line. Has like a hard edge to it too. What was that little percussion layer? Was there a little hand drum loop in there? Oh, the Mindbender ride rack. Awesome. Pitching the ride. Good, good, good. Good transition. Cool. Oh, that clap reverb works really well. Little ear candy. All right, it has simplicity too. There's like kind of space in the mid-range. We got the bass line and the melody thing. There is a space in the middle for some kind of like ambient pad chord thing, but it's okay without it because that bass has so much fuzz in the middle. Oh, Paul, thank you. Bongo sample. Yeah. I heard that. That was cool. Yes. As long as you keep moving the bass line and doing little ear filtery stuff like that. That's cool. How are you guys hearing the kick and the bass? For me, I think the kick and the sub low end are okay. Morton is saying bring the kick down and up with the bass a little bit. I wouldn't think that, but could be. I would bring up the high end of the bass with the fuzz and the, like, you know, above 300 hertz, all that buzzy kind of stuff. That's what I would make louder, not the sub part. Oliver, more of the percussion. Let's do a little high end here. A little more air on the sound, you know? That's a good cymbal. That's It's like when you take the stick across the side of the cymbal, like whoosh, I think. So Paul, great mix, man. This is basically, it's totally playable already. A little reverse drum beat in there too. That cymbal thing with the reverse kick is great. It's like zoop. That's a good effect. Overall, it's totally playable already. So minor details with maybe the percussion mix a little bit louder, maybe the kick drum down a little bit. I would really have to get in and listen on compare with reference mixes of other pretty close tracks to really compare where the bass and kick are going to be. Beep, beep, beep. Good. Clap, clap, clap. And I think, personally, I think this kick drum totally works. From the very first part, it's got like power and grit, and then it works with the bass. That's all you got to do, you know? Let me just do a little bit of mid-range here. Like up around 1,000 hertz. If you just try to listen to the bass line only, kind of, there's a lot of really good like harmonic buzzy stuff in the bass line. So if I was going to do anything with the bass, I would take the mid part up a little bit. You could just put a wide EQ boost in like kind of the mid-range on the bass channel, and maybe scoop out like 600 on the kick. If you can try to listen to only the kick right now, and it drops out. Let me start over. Like that, around 600 or 700 in the kick. You could scoop some of that out and get a little bit of the tone out of the kick drum, and then the bass will sit in that gap, you know? So you do some zipper EQ where the kick comes down and the bass goes up. Like that. I'm drawing air pictures of how to EQ. Cool, great track, man. That could be totally done next week, and you could send it off to the mastering geniuses. Oh, okay, let me refresh over here and see. No. Stop. Oh my God. I want to see if I can grab Shepherd's V2 because I refreshed that tab, but it didn't come up. And Shepherd's has something coming out on the 25th. You know what I want to do? I want to grab some promo materials from that, put them in Google Drive, and start doing our promo team stuff already where we have like, let's just make a plan where we're going to say like, we'll do an announcement, a video, an audio clip, and an album official release with 4 posts where everybody does the same post at the same time. I would really like to play with that and see what happens because I think it'd be fun, and anything we can do to help is cool. And believe it or not, it's easier if you have a content calendar and you don't have to plan for like making new stuff. You can just kind of copy and paste some stuff and post it. It's like so easy to do social media stuff. For me anyway, the harder part is sitting there and be like, I'm gonna make a graphic, and then I'm gonna make a video, then I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna back up the folder where I saved it. All that stuff's annoying. If somebody else does all that and I could just post it, it's like great. Wait, continuous Matt Schultz. Oh. Abyss version 2 Shepherds. Is Matt Schultz here? Randy, yes, you are late, my friend. If you can message me on SoundCloud, I'll grab it from a SoundCloud link, and that'll be totally fine. So, Shepherds coming from the Abyss. What do we got? Ah, yeah, man. Scratchy. Let me push up the master a little. Oh man, I like this. Tick-a-tick, 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 tick-a-tick. I really like the high end. Yeah, man. And there's kind of a breathing sound in the background, like wah, wah, wah. That. Wow, this is good. Ooh, a rumble break. You know what? The little ticky-tacky sound, I think, could go away. That high one, like volume fade that down right now, and let us just have the buzz by itself. Because it grows, it goes like takes over. And to be specific, if that buzz could get really loud right here, let's pretend that the rattle sound is gone. And this is growing like this. Like some crazy loud buildup volume-wise, and then have that come back in. Randy, thank you. Okay. Shepherds, what the fuck? This is done. This is like done. Whoa. Whoa, sound design. You spinning a delay time with the repitch. This one is like kind of like cleaner than the Killer Bees. Yeah, I like when this whole background thing is by itself with no other percussion. And again, let's just see. Yeah, black wall strobe light. And if this got louder and louder and louder, like you DJ with the little light on your head on the strap, so you can see the headlamp. That stuff is great. High frequency sound effects. Awesome, 4 minutes, still totally cool. Back to that kind of breathing synth, like the Darth Vader. That kick drum has a nice crackle on the front. It's like pointed. And the mix out. Wow. It's done. Yeah, is that on the new EP coming out? I mean, I did not hear a single thing I want to change in the whole track. And I especially like there was a high frequency sweep with a long delay on it right here. EQ. I mean, for me, you know, that one high frequency sound could be louder. The R2D2, like, would be cool, but it's amazing. It's big, it's clean, it has that dirt and like the Shepherd's sound, but it's not as much of the buzzing noise like the Killer Bees thing. It's more like, it has like a cleaner kind of a rattle, like ticka 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 ticka. I don't know, this one grabbed me right away. Maybe the little hi-hats could be louder. The open hi-hat is loud and the ticky-tickies are not as loud. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, super cool, super cool. Did anybody else have comments to change? Because I didn't hear anything that needs to change. It's a solid, solid track. I'm going to refresh right now and grab a message from Randy. Agreed, done, yes. All right, cool. Good, good, good. Randy Sledgehammer? Is that right now? 6 minutes ago. Okay. But since you were late, we got to get the other updates in. So, brand new minimal acid C-Rose EQ flat. And let's see what we got. There's that Mindbender low end right away. You were talking about dirty atmosphere, pitch bent sound, crackly. Who wants to guess the tempo? 117? Oh, I'm totally wrong. 124? This is spacey. That's what 65 hertz feels like. I think the snare drum could be louder. The synth arpeggiators came up a lot, and the beat is a little bit underneath. Man, those filters sound so good. Yeah, good sound, good reverb on there. Heavy bottom, man. Did you hear that? That was probably a broadcast glitch. I don't know what's going on. Wondering about that SoundCloud high-end cutoff. And there's one synth in here that almost sounds like a voice. It's like almost human, but not human. What do you guys think about the percussion? Do you think the drums could come up? The kick drum is good, but the other percussion maybe up a little bit? I'm hearing a low rumble. It's like boom, 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 boom. I can feel the pulse though. It feels like it's supposed to be there. that line. So that rumble is from the sub bass line, right? I can kind of feel it in my headphones, I imagine, on the bottom. Okay, Randy, what's off beat? I get the rhythmic drift with the arps. I imagine Martin with like 5 arms on all these different synths, just like turning all these filters. Really nice. No, I don't think you have to mute the sub bass. Just get the sub bass less loud so it's not like floofy, like floof, 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 you know? Because I can definitely feel it. It's got a cool part of the rhythm. It's like boom, 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 boom. Like it's in there. Just kind of get the kick out, you know what I mean? Oh, Tom's here. Hey, Tom. Tom, bassline. Definitely got the layers blending. The pitch thing, it's like all over the place in a good way. Like finger paint. You know, if you're like making red turn into orange, go yellow and like, oh. That sound. Ooh. This ticky ticky hi-hat. I think the hi-hats and snare overall could come up louder, for sure. $45. Brain melting. Ambient atmosphere. Super cool. Is there a place with Oh, I found it, the sub. Let's just look at that sub, right? Okay, the kick at 45 dropped out. Here's the sub at like 65. I mean, they're close together, but they're clearly in their own space. From 45 to 65 hertz, it's not a lot of space, but at least they're both on their own place and they both stay there. So the sub bass is not going around different melodic notes. It's like right there on its own zone. So I think a little bit of work on the sub, maybe even like stack like a couple of high pass filters or something. You know, there might be phase problems or whatever, but work on that a little bit. Overall, for me, my reaction was mainly just bring up the percussion levels of the beats and put that shit on wax. Most of the people in the group, most of the kick drums we see only go down to like 55 or 50 hertz. And we have 44 hertz coming from the Mindbender. Dropping the bottom. Cool. Good shit. And I like the atmosphere and the crackly and the pitch drift and all those really cool things that were going on. Let's go to V2U7 OSP. That sounds like it's speaking some weird code. My stream is crackling right now. Do you hear that? I don't know why it's crackling today. Just have the normal stuff open. Oh. Maybe? buffer size? Yeah, good question. Piv, what slope would you cut the low end? Like 24 dB per octave, 12 dB? What kind of filter? Butterfield? Linkwitz Riley? Or Butterworth? Okay, those sound effects could be louder. That was cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, my playback is crackling, just little glitches, like stream glitches or something. I don't have a ton of programs open. I don't know. Yeah, nice kick, yo. All right, wait for it. That little riser could be louder. The one. Wop, 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 wop. There's a great rhythmic sound. Chicka chicka chick. Chicka chicka chick. That's really good. I like that clap and hi-hat together. They're really crisp, like bright. Yeah, those little psytrance sounds I think could be a little louder. I think as you go into lower and lower frequencies, you need a less and less steep filter. Like in the mid-range and high frequencies, you can have like a super steep cutoff, and the frequencies like are closer together, so it kind of works better. But in the low frequencies, the waves are bigger and longer, so trying to like have an exact filter slope cutoff is you get distortion around the cutoff filter frequency. I like that lead. Yeah. What did Pipco say? Stretching the cat tail? That chord is perfect. Fills up the mid-range, came in later in the song, gives it some good motion, and yeah. 4 minutes, taking it out. It's not too short, but if it was like a little longer, it would be okay. I could have another kick drum going right here. Boom, 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 boom. So another 16 bar chunk would take it out to like 5 minutes and 20 seconds with the ending. You don't need it, but I wouldn't want it any shorter than that. So basically just take up the little risers and sound effect sounds a little bit louder, and I think we're good. This one synth is good, but that and that one could be a little bit louder. It's awesome. OSP's tracks are always fun. Clap, clap, clap. Everything's sounding good. That one's 99.5% ready. And we played 1 minute. Okay, Randy, Sledgehammer. Got my EQs flat. All the tracks today are freaking good, man. Shit. Ooh, totally different sound space, right? Comes in with like all this reverb and space. Let me just restart that. From volume. I hear like a washy reverb kind of pulsing. And that bass line, is there a delay on that? This is much more of like an underwater vibe. Not technical mix, but just emotionally, it's like kind of darker, right? That one sound could use some like delay a little bit, or a little more effects. Oh wow, that's a cool high frequency. Open it up. Whoa. I hope the bass line opens up like that again with the beat on it. That was good. We're going 6 minutes here, okay. Octex. Those random claps, that was okay when they came in, but then they just stop, and now they're back. Like a sound like that, when it comes in, it takes a second to get used to it. Then I like to stay in, because when it comes and goes, then I'm like a little off balance. I know, it is getting really hard to find stuff to help with because they're all good. Yeah, baseline filter. I'm like frozen. That kind of breakdown is so empty, you just do not know what's gonna happen. That I'm literally like, whoa. We're gonna go play that again. Okay, somehow the bottom has this cool feel of like boom, 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 like an eighth note thing. Do you see where the mouse is? That one sound popping up? It's subtle, but it's really good. It's giving the bass line an upbeat. That's great. Roll that back. Seriously, I want to put out some tracks on vinyl so we can like get a turntable on track feedback and just rewind. That's like my dream. That's all I want. That bassline upbeat is so nice. It's like deep and low, but lift, you know? The beat is nice and continuous. We're at 5 minutes, totally still in it. Nice stereo width. Oops, sorry. Hold on. Talked at the wrong time. I want to hear that smoothly. I think the percussion mix is great. It's bright, but it's not too sharp. The cymbals come in and go out, and the little ticks and like clicks are all good. And there's a background sound. I think it's been going on the whole time. I just sort of became aware of it right now. All right. So the only thing that I noticed was that kind of out of time clap that came in somewhere after 2 minutes. And it came in, it was out of time. I got used to it, and then it stopped. And I was like, well, it should either continue or not happen until later. So let's see if maybe that sound could wait a little bit before it comes in, because it came in the second time here, right? Okay. Like it just happened twice and then it stopped. And I don't like it when it stops. So 213, it comes in. It's a cool rhythm. Like it adds to the beat. And it keeps going here. Yeah, so at the earlier ones at 203 or something, maybe just like from 158 to 204, maybe just remove those claps so that whole sound doesn't start yet. And then when it does come in, let it roll through. Because it does make sense in the pattern, but the part that was confusing was it came, it stopped, and then came back right away. And I was like, I was just getting used to it and it went away. Yeah, man, other than that, solid track. Check it with some reference mixes, make sure it sounds good compared to the other body of work you're putting out, and put it out, because it's amazing. The music that people are coming up with is just so freaking good. Matt Schultz and Another Mind Mender. Let me remember that we got a Scott Burke track, which is, I think he got 4 stems for a remix contest. And let's see what that sounds like. Ooh, it's big and bright already. Oh, the mix even works on TV speakers. All right, good to know. Is Canada here? I don't think he's here with us, right? I have not heard the original, so I'm not sure how much is new. Yeah, Yeah, Randy, nice work, man. Great vocal presentation. The vocals right out front and totally surrounded by the synths, and then the bass is clear on the bottom. So the mix presentation is like good. They give it a little high end. Maybe a little more high end on the hi-hats, or maybe my ears are old, I don't know. Okay, chorus is lower in energy than the verse. Is this... Look at that separation, the kick and sub. One wrong note there. At 3:15, one of those notes felt like it was like a half step. I think that's an F, and I would take it down to an E. It feels like that one note is a half step sharp. Like that chord was major instead of minor. Anybody else hear that? Yeah, that. Da-da. Yeah, there might be one little harmonic thing on that one chord where there's a one note that's a little sharp. There it is again, yeah. So Scott, if you can find that and get to the MIDI and change that one note, let me know if you if I identified it exactly right for you, or if you need some help to pin down exactly what is happening there. Because I think that's the one thing that's sticking out. Other than that, the mix sounds pretty cool. And that, again, that's a little bit sharp. So possibly a slight music theory thing of having a major chord that needs to be minor, I think is the situation. What's that at the end? Tricky Bunny doing effects at the end. But the mix was cool, the sounds are cool, and I guess I gotta check the original again, right? Ba da 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 da. That's minor. And some of the chords were like. So that would be the major minor clash. Other than that, super dupe. And I want to play the generator because I've been working on this one and I made this crazy ass ending section. Something off key, yeah. Some frequency masking on the hi-hat and vocals. Clash a little bit. Bring the hi-hats down a little bit. Yeah? Okay, so Scott, those are some tips, and get back with us if you want to talk more about the theory and the chords. So you heard this one when I was doing the workshop on creating sounds by just running ambient noise into like a delay and feedback and having them loop back through each other and then resampling all that to make these big feedback swells, which you'll hear some of them. And here's one. All right, put the hi-hats into a feedback loop. And let's see how the ending of the track sounds. Okay, push the broadcast up a little bit. That's the Mindbender dub snare rack. With the low end so far. That's auto filter with the resonance all the way up and LFO modulating the self oscillator. If that makes sense. Okay, that sound needs to fade down though. That whoop whoop is going on much of that. Paul, thanks. Fat low end, I like that. Okay, there's one of the feedback sounds. Oh shit, Morton said tight lows. Compliment, thank you, thank you. That's drum bus with the kick and the sub bass going in the kick and the sub together with drum bus on that. That's a feedback sound. Sounds robotic. I'll take it. I think I could groove to this. If I heard this track out somewhere, I'd be like, where's the vocal? Yeah, I like autofilter too. Okay, return to the opening theme. That's gonna need a little EQ, it's a little bit. This is a new part at the ending where I kind of spaced out on the bass. Looking at this part around 600 might be a little too much. Right here. Oh shit, John, I didn't know that event was invalid invite link. That might have just expired on Discord. Sorry about that. Okay, the bass disappeared a tiny bit in the mid section. Do you mean the middle of the track or do you mean the mid range of the frequency? Okay, now we're in the mix out ending. Little effects. And ending. Cool, thanks for the comments. I'm pretty happy with that. That was a mix I kind of rushed to get it done this morning right before feedback. And I hear a little bit of space in the mids to EQ that one chord sound at the ending. And in the middle section of the track, the bass disappeared a tiny bit. Like in this part? Or like... Oh, there was places I had some bass notes muted. The pattern changes, right? Well, right there. Before that. Is that what you're talking about, where the bass disappeared? Because that was just like a MIDI note gap. So if that's what you meant at 236, that was on purpose. Filter synth maybe comes down and interferes with it. Maybe. Paul, thank you, like that a lot. Yeah, you guys are starting to influence me with this rumble techno stuff, man. I'm getting into that like gung, 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 gung. Oh, and the first thing I noticed was the first time that whoop whoop came in, right here, it was cool, but then it went for too long, so I gotta chop that out shorter. Cool. All right, thanks for the comments. I'm hoping to get that done and mastered soon. What am I doing? Firefox. We got a Mindbender one. Did we do Matt Schultz? We did not do Matt Schultz. Is Matt here? Calling Matt Schultz. Wake up, Matt Schultz. So this one's interesting. This is kind of like a rock remix jam, and it's got good sound. Okay, John, you're good? You got into Discord? Buzz. Rock music is like so mid-range. Let me push this up. Guitars are sounding huge. Vocal could be louder if we're comparing it to rock mixes. We need Mr. Melvis. We need you. And the cymbals could be brighter, like louder, like the overhead mics on the drum set, louder. Good drum fills. Morton, is that you with the delay effects? Some of that feedback is a little too much wiping out the vocal. Right here is good. Basically just put the vocal up louder. I hear that vocal delay though, that's good. Yeah, the hi-hat, like the sparkle on the drums could be like crisper, you know, like high frequency on the hi-hat mic and the drum overheads. If you had them separated, I don't know how the drums are. I can hear the bass guitar, that's good. I'm gonna tweak a little bit. A little mid-range down, because that mid is super scrapey. A little more bottom. And some more highs. That guitar solo is crazy. Yeah, the toms are a little bit rumbly. If you could get some of the low frequencies out of the tom mix, I think. Not bad though. How many channels did you have to start with? Mainly, I like it that I can identify all the different instruments. You can hear drums, bass, guitar, vocal, and then some Mindbender effects going on. One more time on that tom fill. That floor tom was down there really deep. It's good when the toms are loud, but not sub-bassy, because they can... what is happening? They can be muddy because they happen fast. Wait. Interesting. How many channels did you get to start with on that one? Do you have the drums separated by mics, or is it like a stereo drum mix or something? No 303. That's cool. Not bad, man. It's you know, it's a very bright mid-range. Like, rock is not bass music, so of course it's gonna feel like scratchy. So I went up to like 3.5K and took out some of that bite. I just took it down a little bit. Put up a high shelf. The drums could be really nice and bright and sparkly. And I like the vocal effect. I like that I can hear the vocal effect. It might feel like the voice is loud enough, but for this kind of music, you can really push the vocal way out front. Because at a show, you're gonna have stacks of amps with guitarists freaking blasting, and the vocal needs to be like way out front. 24 channels, okay, so you got some instrument separation. Cool. Got the kick drum down there. Most of the time when I was mixing rock music, the kick drums were always like 80 hertz or 90 hertz, not much below that. And then there would be like the bass guitar or something would be the only thing going down to like 40 or whatever. Cool. Stretching the skills. I like that. And Matt Schultz. Let me neutralize my EQ. Activate awesomeness. Ow. What's Matt doing? Oh yeah. Version 2, I remember this. AFL, is that you, John Madison? Coming in? Nice bump. Seriously, you guys, everybody's tracks today are playable in a performance setting or a DJ set. Like every single one of them was ready to go. Like I'm glad we can find little things to give you tips on. It's getting well, all I can say is it's the right time to start publishing because this shit is done, man. I'm happy to hear it. Caesar, send me a message if you want to have a track because we got a minute. We're gonna chill out in the Schultz vibe with a low oob. That cymbal is lower now. It's much better because it was way too loud before. That one. Now it's nice. Much better lower. That's the number one thing we had to change last week. Wow, wow, wow. Really good rhythmic tightness with the sub bass pulse. That's good. This one, the synth could be a little louder, that long, slow one. BPM, let's tap it out. Let me get the beat back. $109. I think it's 109, we'll see. Steve tap tempo in a breakdown. I guess it's 110. Yeah, the bass is super low and deep, and Matt did a really good job combining the kick and the sub bass together to make a combined pulse. We always talk a lot about separating the kick and the sub, or having the sub on the upbeat, or clearly different frequencies, like with the Mindbender bass at 65 and 45, but in this case, it's exactly the same. The peak, the kick is at 48 or 50, and so is the sub. Secret key is you can see a sub at 100, so you know it's also at 50. John, no, 110 BPM. There's a whole genre of like organic house that goes 120 BPM and tends to be slower and has like this really super earthy thing. I guess 110 I would put this more in like dub techno, but that slow down house, like there's some crazy stuff at 118, 116. It's like nice and deep, especially if it's like super hot outside and you can't be at 128 or 125. Continuous is done, I think. Like that cymbal sweep could be a little louder. Let me give it some high. So that slow crash that went into a reverb could be a little louder. The brightness was okay because the whole track has a soft feel. Yeah, John, bring us some 115, man. I want to hear that. Matt Schultz, put this out, man. This is done. What's up, man? Boop, boop. What was that little clack clack? Atmospheric stuff. Caesar, a little more wet on the synths, make it more dreamy. Possible. That's me. Shepherds, man, where you been? We played your track before, it was great. And while you're here, Shepherds and Pivclit, can you please send me any kind of short videos or something you have about the release coming up? What I want to do is upload them into a Google Drive folder that our record label people can access and make a little schedule so that we can all start sharing promo like Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something leading up to the release. It's kind of an experiment to see if we can just get coordinated to do that. But I would really like to be able to have like the square image, a short bio, like 100 words or less, a little bit of the audio from the music, maybe a video with like the cover graphics and some audio like 60 seconds or less, and share those on Instagram and have everybody who's part of it, just like we can all make the posts and then people in our network, we can ask them to share the posts. And that way we can multiply the promo leading up to the release. So you guys, please email me or send me something if you know what I mean. I think I have the square cover graphics already for spacing out on the name. Does it start with an A? I don't know. But Matt Schultz, this is done. Matt gets claps. And we are done because I got nothing else to talk about. So I'll put this back on. Ooh. Forgot we're on. Oh my God, YouTube might give me a copyright strike for playing any of this shit. So that's it. If you have any questions, you can always find me, steve@mixatexture.com. And before we shut down, for anybody who's watching, please go directly to patreon.com/mixatexture. Sign up for $3 a month to support us in the stream. If you want to get in the track feedback crew, it's $25 a month, limited spots available. When you are making tracks that you're updating every week and you're ready to get them published, bring them here to get those final improvements and releases and stuff. Okay, Shepherds, thank you. And then, of course, there is courses.mixatexture.com, where you can find revolutionary, hands-on Ableton Live tutorials where you learn by doing it the fun way. Because videos are great. I was watching YouTube yesterday, of course, but when it really comes time to learn with your muscle memory and how to do something in your own sessions, you don't want to open up YouTube to try and find a tip that you saw like last week. You want to learn by doing it inside a hands-on lesson, stuff about sound design with Operator, EQing your tracks, escaping the 8-bar loop, which I'm going to promote again soon. That's a really fun course. Basic mixing, all about gain staging, compression, EQ, and making your mix sound awesome and loud. And then some other stuff, sidechain compression, some really cool sound design lessons where you learn by doing it to make these sounds. So this is like an individual instrument where we go through the effects rack, talk about what are the modulators, why are they routed that way, how do they work, how do you tweak it, how do you customize it, and you end up with some really cool presets to make your own original, unique electronic music. And that's what we are here to help you do. So get connected with us, and I'll see you. Well, coming up, we're going to have a new track feedback post in the Facebook group for beginning producers and people who are kind of doing stuff not as often, and they just want to share tracks once in a while. It makes sense to me that they don't want to pay for Discord, so that's fine. So we'll have that going on. I'll see you in the Facebook group. I'll see you on Discord. Shepherds. Yeah. All right, good. Here's one that, a remix I did for my friend Sky Deep on Reveler Records.
Us legionnaires.
I was already getting infected with the acid vibe. Did I play this last week? And happy birthday coming up to Pivclit. Happy hangover to Ian Waters. Happy, I hope you feel better to Ben Hunt. This is like last winter I did this one. All right, that's going to be it for me, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm really glad everything is cruising along smooth the way it is. And you know what's going to happen next. I'm going outside for a bike ride. So I'll catch y'all later. Boop.